from the heart of Delta State. You are tuned in to SRTV Asaba.
Unfortunately, you're not tuning to SRTV Asaba, but that is what they make me to do. My people, they set up the system in such a way that anytime I click on something, it takes me to SRTV Asaba. Well, I don't mind. My name is Daddy Chris, and welcome to today's broadcast. It's not going to be funny, but it's going to be fun. This is what we do. I always say to people, I'm a lone child, so I can always operate alone because nobody wants to be with me. They all hate me. Oh, I should be crying, but I won't cry. Even everybody hates me right now as I'm talking to you. All right. Today is the 23rd of July, 2026. And you are on the State of the Nation with Daddy Chris. I'm reaching you from London. Sometimes I ask myself, why am I here? Why am I doing this? Only one thing. I do it because I know this is the opportunity I have to be alive today. And God kept me alive for a purpose. And if I'm alive for a purpose, what is it? He said I should do all I can to correct ills in my society. And that's what I'm going to try to do before I leave the world. And if there's any way I can add my voice to anything that is happening, by all means, please. So that's what I'm going to do today. I'm going to add voice to what is going on in our country, Nigeria. I am qualified to talk about the UK, but I don't, because sometimes I just think it's not my duty or it's not my even right. I'm not in a position to do so. Have you solved your own problem before you come and talk with other people? Jesus Christ will tell you, say, clean the thing that is in your eye first before you point the one that is in the next person's eye. So that's what we're going to do. So today, I really want us to talk as friends. You don't have to like me, but I really want to ask you one question. And it's a very, very sensitive question. If I ask you today, what is the true problem with the Nigerian state? I can tell you, everybody say corruption. So in my preparation for this topic, I say there is corruption. Yes, there is. But is that the problem we face as a people? Is it corruption? Is that why we are where we are? I want to differ. I like when I listen to Peter Obi. He said we need to cut waste because that man hates waste. If we cut the waste with where we are now, will we get to the promised land? I doubt it. Maybe we will. I'm going to only say my interest or I'm saying what I feel. So I go again. I went on further. Their foreign interests. Oh, they don't want Africa to succeed. I watch a very beautiful evil today. So the West are always out to take our resources, because I just heard on today's news that Donald Trump is now supporting Tinubu. Only God knows. We're all telling different narratives. Why won't you? Again, I ask, is that the problem we're facing as a nation? I doubt it. So I don't believe corruption is the problem we have. It's a problem, but it's not our problem. There's no nation on earth that is not corrupt. Okay, ours might be monumental, but they're corrupt. We live with them. So if you say, do we have waste? Yeah, like Peter will taught us. Yes, there's so much waste. There's so much way we can save money, for God's sake. These people are ruthless. They don't, no, they are very wicked. And then I say, yeah, foreign interests, they are there. And I ask myself, what is our true problem? Just think about yourself. You have a home and you're spending money anyhow. You are a thief, or you have a child who steals money in the house, so there's corruption. There are things that will happen in the home. That's normal. But is that what's going to make you people poor in that family? No. What will make you poor in the family is when you run out of job. When you don't have income, that's when you're going to be poor. And that's the Nigerian problem. Nigeria don't have income. The only income we have right now is coming from oil. And somebody tells me that is the problem. Yes, it is the problem. So if somebody asks you today, and in my own words, quote Daddy Chris, what is the true problem of the Nigerian state? Please don't look back. Don't think about it. Tell him our problem is lack of productivity. And I'm going to take my time to explain this. You know, something I said 2 days ago, and my friend was shocked. And I told him, I don't care if the government is actually making money, if he's looting money, I don't care. What I really care right now is he making money? Hello? Yeah, I want you guys to listen to me. I don't care whether he steals money or not. My interest is he making money? So I'm not interested whether the country is, whether people are corrupt, because there are corruption everywhere, whether there's waste everywhere, whether we actually have enemies. Yes. Your biggest problem, Nigeria, and take it from me today, is lack of productivity. And that is one area. You don't look when you vote somebody into office. That's one area you don't ask when they are even in office. And all you guys see is corruption. Like I said, there is corruption. It's really costing us a lot. But my guy, you are broke without corruption. If there's no corruption in Nigeria, if Jesus Christ come down today and all our leaders change to behave well, we will still be poor. You know the truth? The money is only coming from oil. For 200 and maybe we're out to 400 million. It's not enough. Let me repeat, it's not enough. So if somebody tells you that your problem is corruption, that person just wants to please you. So as I was putting these things together, I was forced to write a book. And in the book, I said, the state as a creator. And I've talked about this before. And I think because, you know why I bring this topic back? Because there have been no shortages of economic summits in Nigeria. And if we don't talk about it during elections, if it is not the topic of the debate on state of the nations I have been seeing, all I'm seeing is how the super is still. I was looking for video this morning. I'm going to share some videos with you. I quite like the one of Abasha. You understand? The Baba pipe on top of a very beautiful nurse. Anyway, but those are not our problem, my people. Our problem is we've been taught that our problem is corruption. But corruption is the least problem we have. And like I said, I'm going to prove it today. And I'm going to be slow. I'm going to be careful. I'm going to try and be thorough with you. So you don't rush me and I won't rush you. So relax. Take a cup of tea and let's talk, brother. All right. 90% of the money we're getting today comes from oil. How much is it? Do you know how much? I asked again. I was looking for statistics. And I said, if the Nigerian agricultural sector, please go on Google, and maybe you guys can ask ChatGPT, whatever you know, ask what would be the real projection of the Nigerian income if we truly harness our agri potential. Now we have oil. Now what will happen to us if we harness our agri potential? That's the question you should ask yourself. And the answer is simple. Agri will generate us more money than anything we have ever thought of. You know why I know? Holland, that is so small, they generate up to $200 billion from agricultural export, export, the things they sell. I can look at Nigeria. Only cassava export alone will give us that. What is it that we cannot make and sell? And so when somebody tells you that your problem is because somebody stole the little money that comes from oil, no, think again. The reason I'm saying this is so that you can think well. When somebody is talking to you, I want you to be informed, because this show today, I'm going to be informed, because that's why I wrote this book. And I have a solution to it. Because you're going to ask me how. I am saying, if we harness our Greek potential, we will make more money. 3 times the money we are getting from oil today. The question I ask you, my brother, why are we not farming? Why are we not in a Greek? We have the best land. We have the water. And we have the young people who have energy to work. We go to bed hungry. Are we not sick? Do you think your problem is really oil? Or your problem is how much is Tinubu stealing? And I want to ask you one question. And I'll be sincere, sleep on your own. If you think Tinubu know what to do to change Nigerian economy so that everything will be good, you think Tinubu will not do it? Come on, man, it's not that wicked. If Oboriwori knows what to do to change your life so that your life will be better today, he will do it. This morning, I've received a couple of reports that there is problem in my place. I'm from Ogara. That the road is so bad. They send the pictures to me. I refuse to share the video. That's not one of those things I share on my platform. But the governor just said, he just ordered that the road should be fixed. Do you understand? They are not really that evil, the way we put it. Our leaders are not that evil. They may not be knowledgeable enough, or they may not be brave enough, or they may not want to walk the rough path, but they are not evil. So when you want to identify our problem, ask yourself, what is the true problem of Nigerian state? We lack productivity. It's not in our dictionary. The reason I know is you ask Tinubu today, since you became president, sir, what are your achievements? He will tell you we constructed road from here to here. Don't you see the road from Lagos to Calabar? Can you imagine? It's what they spend. As any government today, the only reason we are even praising the governor of Abia State is because he spent a little money on real infrastructures that we can see. To us, he's a great governor. I can say the same thing of the governor of Enugu State. These are 2 governors that I record are getting good to me. I'm looking at them and I'm getting impressed. The only thing you're going to tell me is, oh, there's also thing and they told me now that every street that there's this massive road construction done by the governor of Enugu State, and there's CCTV. Again, nobody, Nigerians, nobody has ever told me, or I've never heard, that the governor of Soso State has made so amount of money as governor. Let me share one with you now. This is the governor of my state, Oboriwori. They are going to organize an economic summit. Oh, there's one image I got, and I want to share that with you first. The only good news that ever came to me one day was that, oh, this government of Delta State is now making 200 billion from internally generated revenue. And I like to use the word IGR in a year, meaning from January to February, from January to January, we're making 200 billion and we are celebrating. Meanwhile, oil money brings you 60-something billion. Now, from year to year, you are making 200 and something. From Tasso, because you have all the oil companies that you can still tie their neck and they will pay you. Listen, we have a problem. We have a serious problem, and we need to talk to each other about ourselves today. Now, if I don't do this, then I'm not fair to you. If I don't say this, no matter how sad, how much you will hate me, I dare to say it. Because that's my job. It's my job to do so. And why will God give me more if I don't give it out? When God gives you something, it's for the people. If the knowledge I share with you today, if it is wrong, Please go and ask God, because he's the one that revealed this to me. Sometimes when I want to do something, I will just be going and God will just lead me to get the information I want to share with you. So it's not me. So what I'm saying, my people, is listen. If you ask Oboriwori, where did that money come from? It's maybe from taxation. There is no tangible product that Oboriwori is producing that is bringing money to Delta State today. The only reason we are getting some more money in Nigeria, you know, Tinubu is a taxation man. He believes he can get a lot of money from taxation. So the oldest money we are getting is coming from Tinubu taxation. Again, I have no problem with that. But this is to tell you the trouble we have. I ask you today, other than oil, show me one thing that is made in Nigeria. Now, as I was researching, I found out that India now are very good in pharmaceutical. They make pharmaceuticals. The drugs you take, most of them come from India. The UK, they are known for banking. They are the best in banking. There is no, in fact, there is no country in the West that don't have their own cars. UK have the Range Rover, Land Rover. America have the Ford. Germany have the BMW. Name one country. Do you want to talk about Japanese with their Japanese cars? Let me ask you. Do you know how much they make from those things? That's why the Japanese government will invite your leaders to come and you give them some money so that they can continue to order Japanese cars. When they invite your leader to come to the table and they give him some welcome and give him some royalty, the man is even, maybe in a village myself, he doesn't know they give him royal support. He's there to sign the paper that we will not be buying oil, we will not be buying your cars. Japanese government is not stupid to just invite you to come and do what? The role of a government is to promote business for the people. And you can see that with Donald Trump. Donald Trump became a president and is on an economic war. Blaming, giving all kind of name. He's telling you, no, America first. American business is first. And that's what he's supposed to do. Hello, deal with it. The question I ask you is, what products can you say that Nigeria is producing today? This oil they are sucking from our soil. It's not even done by us. It's Shell, British oil and Holland company that are there to take this oil. We don't have anything. Sometimes Nigerian government may not even know the quantity of oil taken from the ground. We don't know how to even add value to it. They just take the crude oil, they take here, they share money, they bring the money. Tinubu said, oh, we've earned a lot of money, let's share the money. You share to the different states, Delta State, and more. Oboriwori come out, okay, let's construct bridges. If I ask you now, look at me. What is Oboriwori's achievement in these 3 years in office? You will show me the bridges. This is serious. You know why this is important? Delta State is just about to organize an economic summit. If this is what you guys are celebrating, what kind of economic summit are you going to do now? I need to understand. I pray that I get out of this place soon. Because as long as I'm here, I'm going to continue to offend you. And if you guys, anybody that listen to me, all this while, I have always said that the days of infrastructural governance is over. Tinubu became a president. His achievement is the road he's constructing from Badagry now to Maiduguri. He has started Lagos. I don't know the difference between Lagos and Badagry. That man are very, very, very. Tinubu na big too. You go see what you go do for Lagos before you come out. But anyway, I don't mind. Because Lagos, everybody will stay. If you like, now all of us will get the Lagos. But what is important is this. Tinubu cannot tell you one product his government is making that is bringing money in the country today. Not even in tourism, which is cheap. Only tourism is cheap. So for the purpose of this broadcast, I'm going to be thorough. Let's go one by one so that we don't jump. I went online and I asked if Nigeria fully harness its agricultural potential, the sector could generate well over 100 trillion annually. Now, what is your Tinubu budget? Was 50-something trillion. I'm not sure it's up to 60 trillion yet. Maybe I'm sick, but only agree. This is not me. This is what I found online. We could generate over 300 trillion on a good day. If Holland can generate 200 billion, think what we in Nigeria can generate. You see why I'm sad? You see why I'm saying we don't have a leader? Now you listen to me now. That I don't hate anybody, but I'm just saying what I think we should be doing. And I want you to people listen to me with open mind. That's what Fela said. Fela said, listen to this musical construction right in front of you and open your mind and talk to me. Don't be offended. Don't be quick to offend. Oh, don't hate that decrease for just nothing. Let us talk. I run away from my girl just now because she said, when she said, let's talk, you know, say I war. I didn't look for where I want to go because I know what it is to talk. Because they will say one thing that will poison you, that will make you want to, not to break their head. Women have the capability to do that with their mouth. When you quarrel a woman, be careful. So that is exactly what you do with me today. Be careful, because I will open my dirty mouth. You will see. Number two. So if Agric will give us 100 trillion, I know it can be up to 300 trillion. Don't forget your budget is 56 trillion. I'm saying to you that Agric could have generated 100 trillion easily. Easily. Now let's go. Number two, the creative sector. Now, all you guys can think of is, oh, movies, music. You don't need to doubt music anymore because look at Burna Boy on the world stage now. That's to say we are no more a nobody. Nigerian movies is now making how much? Again, these two industries you put together is not even as great as the Nigerian fashion. That one, they call them Taylor Yepa. If Nigeria harnessed our potential in tourism, in fashion, do you know how much we will make? Supposing it's not these young girls now or boys that are now using machine making one clothes. Imagine if we begin to turn out this kind of clothes on industrial scale. The last time I went to buy things in, I left London here and I went to Wales to buy some clothes because they were selling them on auction. I drove there. When I picked the clothes, they were all made in Bangladesh. They were made in Bangladesh. Some of them written Nest, some written things, but they were all really made in Bangladesh. Now let me teach you one thing. This is what trade. I'm happy this woman is coming to Nigeria now to talk. Any product you are selling, whether you give it your brand, say for instance, now if you bring something to me, I will turn it, this is made for Bloody Chris. So on the shop, it will be Bloody Chris. So if you go to the shop and you buy Nest product, the country where it is made must be there. So look at the back of your clothes. As long as even if it is Nest, any brand, is not what I'm saying, you will see the country where it is made. Nigerian name is not in any of them. Because of course, Nahan we still they say the drum. It's like those days when our forefathers were still going to farm with cutlass and hoe. That is still the state. Yet they make so much money than Tinubu's government. They are making more money than Oboriwari's government. More than over so today, not today. And I am talking because it's hot. Because you guys are talking of corruption. We don't have corruption. Corruption is okay. It's okay to be corrupt. Okay, suppose Tinubu is making 800 trillion or maybe 1,000. I don't know what name to, because when the money too much, like our senior president couldn't call it. Suppose Tinubu can't take some. We go verse. You are free to take some, sir. We won't even know. But sir, earn the money first now. That's what I said in one of my movies. When you quarrel with your wife and you're not making enough money, if you talk anything, I say, earn the money first. That's what women will do. Earn it first. So our problem today is not, I'm going to go on and on. It's not the corruption that they're looting money. I've talked about so many things where money is leaking out of the country. It is sad. But our true problem is because your leader It's not producing anything. And you are not thinking in that way. And they tell you they are creating an enabling environment. That's why I wrote this book. In this book, I'm saying the state must be a creator. Do you understand? The state is the CEO. You know why? We cannot compare ourselves with the UK. UK, there's access to finance. There's a lot of money everywhere. So the people can actually, you can empower the people to begin to do their businesses and they will pay tax. Government will make money and the people will be happy. America is the same. Nigeria, we don't have access to finance. Go and take a loan in Nigeria, you will see. It's suicidal. So you are, but what is constructing road? I've said it again and again. To who? Who is in that place who is going to use the road? The last time I visited my village, Ogara, there's everywhere, there's so many good roads, everything. Nobody have a job. In fact, when I wanted to send my family home, they said the driver tell me, and they didn't know my family were going to Ogara. They said that they stopped for everywhere except Ogara. Because in those days, if you stop for Ogara, they must rob you. I say, I'm talking fat, sir. How can the governor come from there? So the people are in the power. Why are they not robbing? Because the people, the road now they see, it doesn't touch the people. And you know why? Because the governor is spending money on roads. He cannot look beyond the road. And again, if you hear about the other entity, somebody do the flyover in those days, I understand, and when there is traffic. Why you doing flyover in Agbo? I need flyover there. I don't know more than others. I'm confused. Is this infrastructure needed? Yes. There's something in economics they taught us. They call us scale of preference. And they can't say there's something called opportunity cost. The alternative for gone. You cannot do all. So you pick on the most important one first. That's why you have that scale of preference. The Nigerian scale of preference, it's a shame how they spend our money. Let's go, people. Because today it's not going to be funny. Because you know why? They leave me alone. And when I'm left alone, you know it's not going to be funny. So let's go. Don't forget, I've talked about Agric. And now talk about the creative sector. Before I leave this creative sector, yesterday I shared an image with you. And this is a project that is I'm so passionate about. I always, if I were to be in Slovenia, I would be in Pepsi Cigar this year. It's an event organized in Budapest, the city of Budapest, where, listen to me, people, where in 1 minute, in 1 second, over 100 musicians is performing. So it's the biggest event in Europe, festival in Europe. It's in Hungary, in Budapest. If they tell you how much, it's sponsored by Pepsi. So it's not even a Pepsi runs it, because Pepsi want to make money. When they see that kind of event, they will be begging to sponsor it. I'm sure if Nigeria wake up, we have too many companies who want to sponsor. Coca-Cola is there. All our drinks are there. Hey! Do you know Nigeria is making not a penny from tourism? And when I talk now, people will be saying, I say you are a big fool. If you know how much Nigerian can make from one event, and you know why this thing was boiling me, and I wrote it down, and I said, can we do this, sir? You know, scale of preference. Thank you, sir. You remember that economy, Chris? Scale of preference. No, this is the sad part of it, Chris. This is where it is really painful. Now, if our forefathers, they were in pain, they were told that they have no culture, so they organized Festac 77. I can never forget what is Festac 77. My uncle still lives in Festac, and he's watching me now. He's in Festac. You know the funniest thing? That Festac was built for an event. We had a lot of money there, which is okay. What our forefathers did Festac for was just to show that we have a culture. But what they did forget is that is a source of income. Now, this is the approach I propose for Nigeria. And I said to the Federal Ministry of our creative economy, I know they'll be angry now when they hear me talk like this. I asked them, since you became a minister, young lady, which project are you doing that is bringing money to this ministry? She cannot say one. It's the allocation that will come from the federal government that she's going to spend. Why not? And that is the destiny. This is what we are passing on to our children. It is a sad one. Now, let me tell you this, my brother. In a few days' time, this month of August, we're going to have the Notting Hill Carnival. If you have not been to London, you are getting it wrong. And the Notting Hill Carnival, they will tell you it's a celebration of the African Caribbean culture. Quote me, African Caribbean culture, which is a beautiful culture. But this African Caribbean culture really is the Africans who. Some of them have even forgotten where they come from. So they try to create something, just some half-naked people, they go on the street, they dance to music, and that is the Notting Hill Carnival. It's the biggest event in London annually. Now, as Nigeria is listening to me, you're not going to pay me. Show me one cultural event that we do in Nigeria. You know the funniest thing? Lagos State government will come to that carnival. I know my guy, DJ Abbas, now, he's already have the Nigerian corner at the Notting Hill Carnival. So we're going to have the Nigerian corner. Where is our carnival? Look at the one Calabar they're doing in Calabar. Calabar don't. Now I'm going to talk about that a little so that you say you're going to tell me, oh, we have in Calabar. You don't have. Because what I have in Calabar, I could as well go to Brazil. That is not the Nigerian culture. You know what is called the Nigerian culture? Oh, I say, listen. Put an event in Abuja, maybe you can even rotate around the country. Where our kings, the Oba of Benin and his culture, his dance, Benin have a culture. They have people that dance. They have a cultural dance and they have musicians. Everybody going to Abuja to showcase the Edo State. Delta State, you know how many kings we have and different culture. Only Urobo, we have how many? We have 24 kings. Imagine the whole of Delta State, all the kings, carry your people with your Ikedike, whatever dance, come to Abuja, come and showcase. And bring your food, though, because it's a day when Nigeria is going to showcase our true culture. What is culture? Is it dance alone? Your culture is the way you live, the way you make money, everything. Nigeria, that is when, in fact, you know why? Listen, if we do that, if we have all the kings from the north, all the kings from the south, all the kings from the east, if all of them descend and we celebrate, that is when our daughters will actually meet, when our young people will meet and get married. And that is what we call the true unity of Nigeria. But you know what? We'll be showcasing the best culture to the rest of the world. And it will be, in fact, the attendance will be so massive that the money we will make in a week, Nigeria, I'm talking, is what Oye cannot give to us. Because this is our culture. Because everybody knows that next year, maybe we even do it in Abuja this year. Next year, we might go and do it in Kano. We might do the next one in Benin. You can rotate it around. That is how I wrote the project. You know what? I've written so many things I gave to them. You know why I'm angry now? It's not as if I don't put it on paper. Sometimes I will write it on paper, I give it to them. Take. They will still sit down on it. Because they cannot see. And I ask now, without more than verse, ask what the Ministry of Culture is doing in Nigeria. From year one to the end of the year, whether they made 1 penny. My people, they don't. The only money coming from Oye is the one they share for them. That is when they are masturbating. That is the money they are sharing. So if you ask me, is our problem corruption? We don't have corruption. Our problem is lack of productivity. Check. Our problem is lack of productivity. And until we put this down, and why am I bringing this up again? I am actually challenging Obodiwori in his time. Now, in your time, I wrote a book. Look at the title of the book. The State as a Creator. And you are doing an economic summit that the increase is too low for you. Maybe I'm the one you need. If you want to have a legacy, maybe it's that decrease you need. Not all this important, not this riffraff you have around you. I am not ordinary. I talk with facts. And I can tell you that Delta State alone can generate 300 trillion annually. Delta State economy. And I'm coming. All this is I tell you about Nigeria now. Imagine even Delta State have their own carnival. Come and tell you, let them tell you how much London is going to make from this Notting Hill Carnival now. You know how many people will descend in London? How much will happen? How many people have ascended? Oh, I beg, when I leave me. That is okay. That is entertainment. Let's go. One by one. That's how Roboman say it. You know, that's our creative economy. Let's move on quickly. I said, let's take a look at this one. If Nigeria truly harness our mining sector, I beg you. Oh yeah, it didn't allow us to know that we have other minerals on the soil. You know, I was talking about construction of road, and the least state you think you hear about, is it not Ondo State, or maybe Ondo State don't even have a lot of minerals, you think? Ondo State have the highest deposit of this thing they use to tar road. We call it quota. I know the grammar for it. We don't need to tell you the kind of mineral deposit in Zamfara State. There is no state in Nigeria, even the same Delta State. Forget about oil. Do you know how many other mineral deposits we have? And I asked Oboriwori, now that you are told that your soil is blessed, you have oil, where is your Department of Geological Society or Council? I think Delta says you have the Delta State Geological Council. That council will be going into research, finding out what we have on the ground. No, oil money they come, 60-something billion they come every month. So we are caught short. The same is applicable to the whole of Nigeria. Even your state, don't look at me, it's not only Delta State. That's how bad, that's where we are. So what I'm saying to you is that if somebody tells you, thank you so much. Bitumen, thank you, sir. Bitumen, you have the highest deposit of bitumen in Ondo State. If they tell you, just go online and say mineral deposit and where they are, you'll find that there is no single state that doesn't have a special blessing. That is the one we have seen. Oh, but they are more on the ground. There's gold on that ground. There's diamond on the ground. We've not what you define, you will see. Are we looking at that? We are comfortable with oil. And I'm telling you, the reason we are poor is because we don't tap on our government is not productive. If government is productive, we will make more money from all these minerals than how much is oil giving. Only God will give us the same money oil is giving now. Only bitumen we do. Tell me why our governors, why is the president of Nigeria not thinking outside the box? So Nigerians, I'm here to tell you today, your problem is not corruption. Your problem is lack of productivity. When you want to pick a leader, you know why I pick Peter Obi, Munanovers? Because he's the only one that speaks my language. I don't know whether I even speak it my own way. Because when I finish today, you guys, if you read my book, you're going to call me a communist. I don't mind. I wrote the book because of the level of access to finance in Nigeria. The book is relative. If I were writing the book for UK, I will not be doing the same thing because I don't think UK will use the same economy strategy like Nigeria, because in the UK, they have access to finance. In Nigeria, there is none. You're on your own. OYO. Let's go. So, if we now have that, if we are on the same page there, so I'm just saying now, do you know how much we have made already? Oil is making money. Agric is making money. The creative economy is getting money. The mineral sector is making money. You never finish, yo. Fella say, wait till they come. Don't rush me. Now let's talk about this one. All right, these are the minerals, right? Let me see, go down. That's what I can rush quickly. So you know what? I try to stop there, because if I waste too much time, I'm not going to be able to actually stick on this. So I stick to this. But I can tell you all right now that sport, if you go to Nigeria, our leaders, because they want to make money, they will construct stadiums. There's hardly any state without a stadium. Oboriwo is not doing its own stadium. If you ask Oboriwo, this stadium you are creating now, how much are you going to make? He doesn't think. So it's okay to create stadium for fun. If I am your governor, If I make anything, if I spend your penny on anything, I'll tell you how we're going to get that money back. It might be in the next 20 years, it might be in the next 40 years. There must be a forecast that we are making an investment. That if it not be cash back, then I should be able to quantify the kind of benefit that we get that will be more than what we're going to make cash-wise. But then I might start to do a project without putting that in mind. That is the worst government you ever have. And unfortunately, that's why I'm angry today. And I'm not saying this to my state alone. This is applicable to the whole country, Nigeria. And you see, I saw the governor of Kano State. I gave him my word here. You wear one white shoe, that guy, they wear white shoe. Buy wheelbarrow. They share for people. Wheelbarrow. If you see the House of Rep, all these people now, you see what they do? They're going to buy keke. They're going to share for people. They go buy a machine. They go share them. They said they've done empowerment. Not be wish. It's either you are so stupid, then you need to learn. Because I'm talking today, in my book, you need to buy it. The state as a creator is saying that, listen, if we have this money now, look at how much Delta State have. 60-something billion every month. We have Delta young people, everybody. Let me not finish. I will not finish it without talking about refineries. Before I come to this part of it, let's just talk about refineries. You don't know Nigeria today, every state is supposed to have a refinery. Because you don't need to travel oil from Lagos to Kano. Look at the journey. So there should be refineries in all the part of the country. In every state, you have a refinery. Either they're refining what they're going to use and also for sale. Imagine if Nigeria have refineries. We have the crude oil. How much would they make, my people? How much will we be making from oil? The one we sell, all these in Ghana, then Cotonou, they don't have the oil, we sell to them. How can it be a loss to have a refinery? Now, if you ask me, the question in my book, I was asking myself, where's the money going to come from? I was laughing. Because the money is already there. It pushed me even to talking about how much the diaspora are sending home, and how they should not even be sending money to family to feed. They should be sending the money home as a business. The banks in Nigeria are not creative. Because we want to invest. If you tell us now that I should come and pay my mortgage small, like we do here, every month, if I'm paying 300,000 or maybe 500,000, that will not break my bank. I'll be paying slowly towards my house. By the time I get to Nigeria, I have a house in a good place. You just need to build the house and sell to us. How long will it take for me to finish? And I will have a home. And I will worship you. And you will be making money as a state government. That is housing. There is no way the government of Nigeria will do something and it will not sell because you have a market. So you're asking me, where's the money? The oil you have on the floor, already in your soil, the bitumen, all these things we have on the ground already. Do you still asking me where's the money? You have the people to do the job. Well, meanwhile, youth corpers will come out, they don't have a job. You send them to primary school to go and teach for the whole 1 year, and you pay them. Nigeria, you are a big waste. If you lack ideas, why don't you get out of the place or invite people? You see, that's why I said when I hear the word economic summit, I'm excited because I was thinking we're going to have a discussion. All I have mentioned today, those of you that go to that summit, when I go pay me, record the summit and compare it with what the Chris just said now. At least I've even gave them this. They will not come near what I'm talking about. Because you can't give what you don't have. And when you pick a copy of my book right now, you will see what I'm saying. I actually was talking to the pennies. How much the state could generate, how it should be done, how it should be monitored. I know many people are going to criticize it. Oh, the state cannot do business. If the state cannot do business, what can they do? I said the state is the CEO and the governor is the MD of all the businesses. I'm not even saying that sometimes you cannot even hire people. You can franchise. You can have a maybe data air. You give to a private sector that can run it, and it becomes your joint business. But their job is to manage it. Their management skill is what you are paying for, and they're getting some share of the business. You don't pay them some share of the business, and if they don't deliver, you fire their ass. That's if the governor cannot be everywhere. You have the data farm, you give it to some people who are experts in farming. They could be foreigners, they could be. But if you don't start it, sir, we are inviting somebody to come from America, from Israel, to come and farm in your village. But you don't have a farm. Supposing you already said, oh, I have this farm. This is the acres of land. I've got it ready. I'm going to farm. Israel company, do you want to come and help us to plant? And this is the money you're going to make. You show them. Meaning you've done your research. And you are telling the Israeli company, when you bring in your technology and you help us to plant and do this so that our crops will grow this way, you are going to get this. They will be interested in coming. They saw that you've started. You are serious. But no, you're showing them makers ordinary piece of land. Say, come and invest. That is what your government is doing. And what they're doing, they're creating an enabling environment. More than a vessel, today not today. Am I not supposed to be angry? You should be more angry than me. So when I talk, I don't hate my governor. I don't hate my people. I am saying things that you should know already. Not me. This is Daddy Chris talking today. The reason I know why I'm worried is, I witnessed the Kaduna Economic and Financial Summit. You find that it's a talking shop. The Oboriwori is always signing paper, no verse, my brother, but no verse. All these things you see here, it's not. So the governor is busy doing what? I use one word. For evil to exist, righteous men are busy doing nothing. The lack of productivity we have in Nigeria is because our government is busy doing nothing. And they said the private sector is going to do it. Oh, they are waiting for the foreign investors to come. Do you know what it is? You are inviting China to come. And even of what good is it for you? Because China will come. They'll do the business and they'll go away with the money. They're not coming to work for you. They're coming to do business and then employ you as a slave. They swear for you. Let me repeat that. If China will come and open a company, a mining company, not a Nigerian owned, they will do it. Their own interest will be to make profits. If you give them too much tax law, they said you are wicked. So you are not going to bend the law down so Chinese can make money and take to their village. But imagine if your government has already started it. God bless you, my people. If your government has already started this, yes. God will bless you. Chris Council, you will never regret it. You will never regret what I'm saying, my guy. And the first thing God gave to you on earth is the land. Your land. Nigeria have this beautiful land. And now, God can bless you with people, young people. Unlike the UK where the people are getting old, we have young people who can help to cultivate the land. There is no single reason why the government is doing nothing. There's no good reason why the Nigerian government is doing nothing. If I'm president today, the day I resume office, that's the day I declare a state of emergency on food. I'm not even going to give you the money. I will take part of your allocation. Let me go keep them. You will show me the farm. And you're going to show me the business plan. The thing you can do in your land that is good. And I will even take more loan and give to you. But that farm is going to make me money. And it's going to make the state money. So the federal government will contribute, the state will contribute, the local government will contribute. It will be 3 joint. And we can invite foreigners in. Imagine the kind of food we'll be selling today. Today. I'm not saying tomorrow, now. But then you come with a set of people. Now, what is about to do another economic summit? More than a verse. I'm talking because you now make me write book. So I can imagine how angry I am. Because I know this is not in your agenda, sir. And if you want to be fair, you will thank me tomorrow. And like I said this to you today, Boriwori. When I was shouting Okowa, they thought I hate the man. Everybody were angry with me. What did Okowa do me? What did Okowa? I say, Okowa do me one thing. How can I hate Okowa? I asked Okowa one thing. I asked only one question. Okowa, litmus test of an administration. Since you became governor of Delta State, show me what you did in 8 years of your exploitation. One thing you made that is bringing Delta State money. The man not do. And you know what? God will not bless Okowa because Okowa will leave office and be hungry. If he's not going to Senate, why is he going to Senate? Because he knows nothing other than oil money. He's going to Senate to share money. He's not going there for anything. And you know what? If a wise person become a governor for 1 week, the small money he will make, he will use it to build. He will build and build and build. That's a man with idea. You will do it for the state and you do it for yourself. Have you seen any of our governors that have a company that you can say this is their brand? Either they make company around oil company, the next thing they send their children to come and take money, to come and go into the politics so they can share money. It's not their fault too. Because they lack creativity. They lack the spirit of productivity. May God give you that spirit of productivity today, Oboriwori. So that when you leave the office, you will thank me. Those people clapping for you, when they carry Okowa, when they want to carry Okowa, so they're not there. All of them, when they misbehave, so the day they carry Oboru, they're not there. So if they carry Oboru tomorrow, we're not go there. Make Oboru, keep clapping, keep chanting for them. The day they will arrest you for mismanagement of money, they will not be there. Were you going with Okowa? Because Tinubu for don't drop Okowa for sale. And I know the time will come because Okowa might not go close. You go offend Tinubu just now. They will revisit that case. But you guys are not even worried. Now you have Tinubu. What a time will come when somebody that is not Tinubu, that is not that corrupt, will become president of Nigeria. All this money you guys have looted. Don't you think they will bring all of you back to book? Will you have peace? Oh, but please, you don't need that money. Oh, yeah. Don't you want to leave office and live a peaceful life? The food you need to eat is not much. And if you do what I'm saying now, the Delta State people will worship you forever. You will not be known as a governor that constructs bridges, but a governor that built an economy for Delta State. That with Oboriwori, we had refineries. Oboriwori, if the money not there, borrow. That is a government that created farms. If the money not there, borrow. The government that built houses that is selling. If the money not there, borrow. That is economic summit, sir. You don't need any other one. The state must become a creative arm, not a place where they share money. You are there now, all you do, you share, when money comes, you pay salaries. They tell you the overhead. Are you not stupid to have overhead? What are they doing? Why, the question I ask them is this: why will I have a ministry of works that they're not doing anything and I pay them at the end of the month? Because that's what is happening in Nigeria. You have a ministry of agriculture that doesn't have a farm, and there the government is paying the ministry every month. Not gonna look me where I look like who will get ministry when you go to sleep. Look at that decrease. The day I become president of Nigeria, I'm not going to pray. Every university will be making me money. You know what? Me, after building a university, I will not be spending money on you again. Every year you come and take money. I'm a lecturer, I'm intelligent. You are crazy. That you're intelligent, you go take and produce something within the university. How about that? Nigerians, I'm talking here. Do you know how much a university can be generating for the state if the state now have a partnership with the university? And say, for instance, when we say, okay, Abraka, let us say invest Abraka, you know, this is what we're going to do. We're going to have a ranch. In that ranch, whatever people you do, we want to have the highest concentration of cow. Only 6 months to the animals we don't bring. We start making money. If it is poultry, we will not be able to eat it all. And nobody, you know what? They come to Ogara, we get a company, those they call National Shipping Line. If you can start to fish, forget the other one we can eat. The shrimps is for export. Obori, you know how much we will make. You are sitting on a gold mine and you are sitting around around some toy money, and you people are saying you are in government. You know, so I go share this thing, give a body worry. Mona take Urobo, tell her. Take up by speak to them. That this is what I say. It's not an attempt to humiliate you, sir. Because you don't listen. You don't. Everybody around you think everybody's here to eat. I can eat or I can feed myself. I live in the UK. Now my own money I take buy my house, buy the thing when I did for Asaba. Now me they pay salary from here. So don't worry about me. You see, what you guys are doing, it concerns me because I have children. You will soon die. We will soon die. Come on. What about my children? What about the children with children? You think that this is your son, nobody worry. Your son will going to remain like this forever. You are stupid. Because the last time I checked, I said this word. I fear will not let me to say this. But the people that were running my community in those days, Ogara, they are not the same people running it today. Time they come, they go. The people like them, their papa not get money. Now I go speak, I go stop there. But they came out to run their affairs. Do you know who will run their affairs tomorrow? It's not those you send abroad, though. Had the Boris stayed in abroad, he would have been a governor. Talk to me. When you stay at home, the land will bless you. That is the way God said it. If you till the land will in turn bless you. I'm talking creation. You see, I said something one day and I said to the people, why were you even created? Let's go spiritual. I like Prince Abuto. He taught me a lot of things, but I know they see my man again. Prince Abuto will tell you that the most complex things are made up of the simplest things. He taught me a lot of things. And let me ask you this. Let me not go there. But I can assure you, had Ibori remained in the UK, he wouldn't have been a governor. The land, the Bible says, teach the land, and the land in turn will bless you. But run abroad now, whether I go Galway. If anybody not know why carry a daughter come back, why carry a go Gara? Why not carry? Why not live her for abroad where send her go school? That the Chris is talking. Deal with me today. My name is Daddy Chris. I come well. What is going on is primitive, is barbaric. We get to stop it. I am saying today that we don't have problem of corruption. The problem we have is lack of productivity. And now let's spend the remaining part of the show to talk about this productivity that I'm talking about. Because when I say productivity, everybody's saying, what is productivity? What is this? So I'm going to take some few minutes to talk about it. All right. So, because when I say productivity, the government will say, I'm creating an enabling environment so productivity can take place. And I say, Oga, so maybe in Ami, they're stupid. All the enabling environment you'll be creating, how many productivity are there in Delta State? No, let's talk. The last time I checked, all the people in Wari are still using keke. Now keke they tried. But one thing surprised me. I was talking to one of my girls, and she told me I have a farm. And I said, where's your farm? She actually have a farm. And I was saying, oh, thank God. So the young girls that are actually, that girl should have been on the street. But she got married, and the husband, I'm sure, opened a poultry for her. The guy is in Canada. No verse, babe. They don't know what they talk about. But she now have a farm. And I was surprised. I saw her egg this morning and I was saying, wow. Meaning a Nigerian girl that is doing runs. If you make her productive, she will be. She's not destined to do runs. Hello? A young boy doing yawo. If you give him the right opportunity, he will do it. Now imagine. Now let's talk about my idea, which is not limited to what I wrote in my book, of what I think when I say the state should be a creator. Let me go back. I'm going to play a lot about this book, and when I launch it, I'll talk to Nigerians a lot. So when I talk about this state as a creator, what am I talking about? Because the money is there now, because everyone is getting something billion every month. So you cannot tell me that state is poor. No, I'm not talking of the one that is going to the 13% that is going to the super deck. Have you ever seen the impact of the super deck in your life? Now, only road, now sand they park for road. That one they call the super deck. Una go prison. Many of them are supposed to go prison. I swear. One another verse. I'm sure the small money went to Polo the gates if they take and do better thing pass the entire the super deck. Polo will come because you self take some destiny to yourself. We'll talk. We'll open the door. But let's talk about the government today. How can we all save the land? That's the question I asked. Now let's start with this. Governor Boribori, how much does it take to have a refinery back in Warri? At least Oyibo come, they should say it's possible to have a refinery. Boribori, the last time I checked, I'm sure you are my age, you're a little bit older than me now with some few years, so we are age mates. Boribori, the last time I checked, there's a company in your place called Saple. I know you're not exactly from Saple. There's a company there called AT&P. The British, they established it. What was it doing? How could we make money from AT&P? Does that occur to you one day, sir, that we could have our own AT&P? Let me talk. Now, what will it take for us to have a refinery? Dangote already have one. So the federal government does not ban you from owning a refinery because Dangote have one. Because if anywhere in the world where a private citizen can have a refinery and they say the state cannot have a refinery, where is the law? So if it is true that we can have a refinery, are you saying Dangote is not making money from the refinery? Is Dangote richer than Delta State? Now let me tell you that we are far richer than Dangote. And even if we don't have money, what did I say? Oga, borrow. That is what we call true borrowing. It's not a problem to borrow money. It's only when Tinubu borrow money to pay for food. That's when we have a problem. If Tinubu borrow money to build refineries, we will be complaining when he said there will be no subsidy and there's going to be more money in the country. We said, okay, the only problem I have with Tinubu is where's the money? The refining money, you're sharing it with the governors, with them, which are using to park sand on the road, and you pretend not to know. No! It's a rape on our children. Unborn children, it's you people are raping them now. Now, but let's talk. Let's see whether we can get some understanding. So supposing, sir, Obodo now decided that, okay, you know what we're going to do? Let us have a refinery. Let's start from Warri, because we already have this culture there of having a refinery there. They're not born any devil. I hear Obodo coming out and say to them, hey, if you try them, this is not a foreign company, this is a Delta State company. You dare not misbehave. Besides, they will be employed, though. Because your number one interest will be to employ your people now. Imagine how much the kind high-level job Delta State Refinery will be able to create in Warri. The reason I know we have the money, Obodo, last time you called and we called for Delta Security Fund, Trust Fund. Is it Trust Fund that you raise money? I was thinking you're going to raise money for Delta State Refinery. And you said to us now, say, okay, every money coming this month is 60 billion. We'll put it down into the refinery. Tompolo, everybody, any big boy in the state, come and buy shares. It's not to come and donate. Come and buy your own shares. Because this refinery is going to be richest. Then Ibori they there. Then Modwan they there. Where that Okowa? All Okowa they see in the Senate. He's not going to think straight. But this is where they could have invested. This more money when they thief. We're not saying we not get money. But at least invest it. You know what will happen in that way? Our young people will have job. The state will make money. And Oborivori will make more money. Tompolo will make more money. Even Okowa will make more money. They need you to be the driving force. Now you be the driver, okay? The way I saw you that day, you drive one thing. We want you to be the driver. I will go be your passenger. We will support you. Come and tell me now that we are about to open Delta State Refinery in Warri or somewhere, I don't care. And now we are raising money. No security money. Because there will be no security if these people don't have job. The same people you said that they wait for us for farm. That you are not getting security. You would have engaged them with the university by saying, go to that ranch and work there. There's no place in this new world, in this civilized world, where animal they walk off for road. They carry one animal from one place. That's where the fight is coming from. They will carry animal from one place to the other. The animal will encroach on people's farm. There will be fight. These are two poor people fighting, two innocent people, two deprived human beings. They born somebody say make it a waka for bush. Now in work now to carry animal, they follow animal. How can that person think well? Why would that person not kidnap you? Why would that person not kill without understanding? Because all the person know is his cow. Because that is what it's been reduced to. It's your fault, Mr. Governor. Because if the man is taught that no, you can become rich, that rearing animals is one of the most creative, the most lucrative job on earth. Do you know how much? How much Argentina generates from beef? Beef. So if all the universities, they told me we have 8 universities in Delta State. What are they doing? Now talk to me, I'm angry. The 8 universities you've created, what are they doing? They don't make 1 penny. So the state is funding the university. For what now? For what kind of graduates? Which kind of graduates did they produce? You need to read my book. I call it certification. I asked a question in my book, in that book. That's another book. I said that level of education is barbaric, is outdated, it should be thrown away. It's what the British taught you. Now it's time for us to ask ourselves. Now, now we have a Department of Agric. I'm starting with only Agric, I'm coming in that book, not this one. Now, the 2 books are working together because if the state is now the chairman or is the primary investor in this business, I'm not saying other people cannot have a share in it too. Tom Polo, you get money, come and buy shares. And I didn't say you must do it, but if you make shares here, you make more money. Than for me to go and struggle to begin to open company. I'd rather buy shares and make money. Because in that case, me in the diaspora, I don't need to open a business. All I need to do is buy shares and my money will be growing. You are doing it for me too, sir. And you're doing it for the state. Our young people will be employed. Let me explain this a little bit so that people don't get confused. So imagine the so-called universities, they have their ranches. They have what I call automobile. That our engineers, this Department of Engineering, automobile engineering is well established. So that I can drive my car there and it get fixed by people who are students and also learning. That is how it works. If you carry your car, go workshop. Apprentice not there. You get the job when apprentice they do. Then Oga will come, Oga will fix it. That's how you're going to have some qualified people who knows the job. The student will be learning in the process. That is my new book. I am saying that if you go and study engineering, the good ones, because not most of the courses will be scrapped. The reason I will be scrapping it is Nigerian government just now tried to introduce something with NYSC. Some of those courses were not involved there. Those ones that because they don't consider them useful, then they shouldn't be teaching it in our university. Anyway, let's stick to the one I'm talking about. So somebody will have a farm, and that farm is now done in the university. Guess what? These are trained lecturers with all the knowledge. At least if they don't even have the practical knowledge, it's so easy to train them because they've read about it. It's just to bring in some expert. They do it 1 year. The second year, we don't become expert. So we can now farm in our universities. Oh, worry, please. Turn our universities into farms, into a productive sector. What will happen? So you say you have 8 universities. What is the 8 universities doing for us now? Nothing. But if those 8 universities, let me tell you this. I wanted to do production of movies. Now you see how that the Chris think. And I said to myself, I bought all these places and I said that we should shoot there. After doing that, I found out I'm stupid. Yes, 12 universities in Delta State. 12! Can you imagine? 12! According to Wikipedia. God bless you, Chris. 12 universities. Imagine if those 12 universities. Now let me tell the stories of what I wanted to do. I wanted to make movies non-stop. And I bought a place in Asaba, in Lagos, and I said they should start making movies for me. At the point in time, I said, now, Chris, you are stupid. No. You know what? I'm going to make my movies in the university. And I now wrote to university, I said, listen, I know you don't teach people media movie yet. Please, can you teach them? So that I will set up my production companies. My production company will use your students as workers, and they will be paid. So meaning, if students go to my university, the new proposal, they begin to earn. Like apprentice, they earn. I think they learn mechanic work, they earn small. It doesn't earn as big yet because it's not an expert yet. So If I want to make movies at a reduced cost with specialized people, the best place to make movies in Nigeria is actually the universities. And I've said it to Nollywood and I've advised them. Because right now, there's a big disconnect. The academic society, they've read about the films, but they've never used camera once. And then you have some people who never read about film. They know how to use camera. We need to bring them together. And we're going to control the movie industry in the whole world. So when I want to make movies, I just have a deal now with Middlesex University in London. That's where I'll be making movies in London. I'm not making it from everywhere. And the University in London embraced me. You know what? They want to teach their children practical filmmaking. That is one small area. That's my field. Imagine agriculture, like I said. You create ranches in 24 universities. Imagine the amount of products will be coming from there. And Oga, oh, no. Part of this course, I don't know why Ogara is there. That our water, there's nothing you can just put catfish there. In 6 months, just use net and say this is your farm, and you put all your fish there. Come and pick your fish in 6 months. Now, governor, you're going to say, I can do it. You're not going to do it. You're not going to say, you want to create environment. That's not what I'm saying. The government must be involved in the business. They are the one that will own 50 or 60% of the business. Then they now give room for people to come and buy shares. And then you can actually, if you say you don't have time to do it, you can actually hire an expert to come and run the business. And if they fail, you fire them. So their expertise is what you're paying for. And actually, you don't even need to pay them. They get it in as investment. So if your expertise is 20% of the business, that's what you are running the business for. So the profit, 20% is for you. Now, governor, sir, where is the rocket science in what I'm saying? You want to have economic summit? Explain to me what you guys will be discussing in this economic summit. Take a robotami. You know, my guy, I'm sure if you know University of Benin have the machine to fix your car, meaning there's a machine that will touch your car now, they will tell you where the fault is. And those people there in the university, they know, they have idea of thermodynamics, they know how the engine works, they know the problem immediately. They will not just fix it. They will stop that thing from happening again. Because for an engine to develop a problem, it's coming from somewhere. The ordinary mechanic might not even understand it, though they are very good now. And they may not even have the machine to test. They may not have the details of the theory. Let me tell you one story, my own story. Now, I was trying to make a scene in a movie. And the scene of that movie was becoming so boring. And I said to myself, oh, this is so boring. And I said to my actors, you know what we're going to do? We've been talking too much. In this scene now, there should be no talking. No, I'm not doing close-up. I'm keeping you within this frame. Now, act it. Be angry, but don't talk. Show me you're angry. If you see the scene, my people, it was so engaging. I begin to clap for them. Again, what did I do? I applied a theory in filmmaking. That long take without close-up is actually it's more theatrical. That's why I tell to Nollywood every day, you cannot be cutting, and you say you are doing theatrical release. Theatrical release is about the spectacles. You allow it to play within the frame. I don't want to say too much of this. There. What I'm saying is that when you have the theory and you have the practical, then you put the theory to practice in your work. You don't think like any other person. I didn't just go there to learn how to use camera. No, I understand what it means to use a single shot or to use 20 shots. I understand it and I know how to use them from time to time. May God bless us. My people have spoken a lot today. And what I'm talking about, I don't think we need one economic summit to understand this, but it's okay. Why not? We can talk to each other about ourselves. This is my contribution to the Delta State Economic Summit. I will share this video to you guys. It's not to slap you, but to tell you that this is my take. Of course, my take is not going to be 100%. But this is how I sincerely think we can move the state from where we are now to the next one. And I start to, you don't forget, I started by saying that our problem is not corruption. Our problem is not even the waste. It's not the foreign people you're going to say now that is responsible for a problem. No, our problem is lack of productivity. We are not producing it. We are not working. We are like people sitting down at home and waiting for oil money to come. And you say you are poor. You will be poor. But by the time Oboriwori government start to engage in production, by the time Tinubu government start to believe in production and do it sincerely, sir, the private people cannot, there are some business the private people cannot do. In the days past, let me remind you, Nigeria, NEPA, the NEPA we're talking about is National Electric Power Authority. We have the National Shipping Line. We have the Nigerian Airways. These are corporations. Name them. And even the states have their own business. I remember we have Bender Insurance. Later, we even have a football club, Bender Insurance, and we have the Bedell Insurance, an insurance company. We have the New Nigerian Bank, a bank owned by the state. Why? Because these businesses were supposed to make money for the state. That they were mismanaged, it doesn't mean they were bad. Do you know how many jobs they created? Do you know how much they made? You only remember that some thieves came. Thank you. Lack of productivity is in our DNA. We don't understand it. What I'm saying now is like alien to them. Chris, it's alien to Nigerians. And you can keep blaming the governor. Like I asked, do you think Oboriwori is that wicked? Oboriwori is like a father. His own, he wakes up every morning thinking of how you will eat. Same with Tinubu. Tinubu is not such an evil. Nobody, Nigeria has never produced an evil president. Come on. Then they don't know what to do. Then we mistake it, and then they get to eat the small one they have, of course. That's why we so hate them. And I'm saying to you people, the problem actually is not them. It's not them not taking the money or going abroad for treatment, send their children. Because now they can't even send their children to school because there's no good school. They can't treat themselves here because there's no good treatment. Don't you think we can have the best hospital in the world? Imagine if Delta State have a standard hospital where we treat people. I'm sure the last time I checked, there's a king, one of the Arab king that came to UI for treatment, a teaching hospital. They came in to Nigeria for treatment. You see, we're going to India for treatment today, not because we love India, because you're going to get the treatment there. If the news go around the whole of Africa say you can get treatment in Nigeria, the whole of Africa will become a tourist destination for health. I ask you again, with all the universities in Nigeria, I'm not even talking of the hospitals now. I'm talking of the teaching hospitals. If we really invest well and make it a business so that the state begins to earn from there. I always say one thing. If I'm governor, I won't put your money anywhere that will not bring the money back. There must be a justification for every penny spent. Now, you guys can understand when I'm angry with a governor, when I'm angry with this, it's nothing personal. I'm not even angry with them. Sometimes they are corrupt. I just saw Abacha's story now. I was laughing. You know, is that the problem of Nigeria? No, Abacha in his time never understand what is called productivity. What does he care? Is it not to take over power? All your money come with share? The only time when you see a Nigerian president acting as a president, let something happen in the oil producing state, you will see their eye. Tinubu was so quick to send a Fubara on his eye. He's telling you, don't touch my oil. Hello? Because that is where his money is coming from. He understands that. If you touch Tampolo today, Oboriwori will say, anybody say anything about Nigerian oil, Tinubu will come and deal with the person. Say that's where Nigerian money is coming from. I know. God bless you. And God, you see, Chris, The Chinese government was able to do it. They call them communists. Now the China is now feeding the whole world. Because what China did was combine that state structure with the private investment. And they are winning today. They are no more communists. They no more call them socialists. China is ruling the world today. Because the government itself invested. That's where their background, that's where they are coming from. We are copying American capitalism. America is not even, it's not even that bad as it is in Nigeria. In the UK, at least people have access to finance. I live here. I can get a grant to start a business. I can take a loan. Do you have anywhere you're going to take loan in Nigeria? So where are you going to do the business? That enabling environment they are creating for you. The state must be the number one creator. The state is the number one CEO. Then we'll all queue up with him. And anybody should not donate. Anybody, I always say to people, if anybody call you to come and donate money, tell the person to go to hell. Anywhere you put your money, the money should be coming back to you times 2, because that is life. So think of where any state governor that call you, any king that call you, because even when I'm talking now, I don't want to talk about my king. Because the kings, you can do what I'm saying. The local government, and they come for now. Because you are the most, you guys are the most, in fact, you are the most stupid, the most wasteful part of our life. You see, local government are not getting about 800 million, 900 million, some 1 billion every month. Okay. God bless you. Even if we have agricultural bank in Nigeria, how much are they giving? Do they give to you? You see, these are the bottleneck. They will only give it to their girlfriend, maybe. And that is the thing you can stop as a governor. The governor cannot tell me he's not aware. The president cannot tell me he's not aware, because you drop some money there and it should go to farmers and you don't see the result because you don't ask. Your long throat there, oh yeah. If you know, if you're expecting money from there, you see, anything you do and you're not expecting anything, go try. No, let Fubara try anything. Tinubu will send him on Ezra today. Make Akwa Ibom try him. Make Delta State try him. Tinubu will send you on Ezra. You know why? Because Tinubu knows where his money coming from. But Tinubu will not talk to you if you go and take money from our Greek department. He doesn't care now. But Tinubu, but Tinubu does not know that actually Agri can make more money than that oil. That's the problem we have. Do we need to educate them? Do we need to tell everybody that you can make more money from Agri than oil? Even if you're now at a comparative advantage of having oil, where's your refinery? If you could raise, if Tom Polo could give you 10,000 as low as gift, as donation towards security, imagine how much he will invest in what a refinery that will employ his own people. Now that time you go let us shame them if they don't invest, because it become a national and they're going to get their money back. But now we're looking for money. This is not time to carry the money abroad. It's time to spend the money so that it will have effect on your community. If you not invest there, you see all of us will go begin make noise. But are they going to start it? It's not you that want to have a refinery and you already got 50% of it already, because it's not your money, it's our money. And you are saying everybody should come and invest. And the more you invest, the more money you're going to get, because refinery will not fail you. Because the refinery will be run as a private business. It's not a state business that you go and misbehave. Though, we will not be making the same profit like Dangote they're going to make, because we are a state venture. We want to make sure people are employed. And the profit may not be as high, but we'll still make profit for you. Sir, I'm sure Buri will be happy to invest. I'm sure Odwana will be happy to invest. Now, there are people going to carry our money before. Now, they talk so. Okowa should be happy to invest, or we go live and for Tinubu, make Tinubu trash him. What I'm saying, my people, is that how can we get this wrong? Is it not a win-win for every one of us? Is it not, sir? So I am here. You know, my mouth is big. See my lips. That's so God created. I will talk big. I will talk about some economic summit if it's not better than what I presented today. I'm going to try and close the show here because I don't offend too many people just in 1 second. Chris, so you can imagine, my brother, what we can achieve. What I've outlined today, only the university is an asset, it's not a liability. Our hospital will become an asset, it's a liability. Our stadium is an asset, it's not a liability. This government is spending money. Like I said, let me spend 2 minutes to just talk about sports. You know, I can imagine how many young people would be playing in the World Cup today. Don't we just see World Cup? How many young people would have been playing football that are now doing Yahoo? Because they cannot see anything playing football will bring. Because the stadium, have you been to Ogara Stadium? I mean, name all your stadium. Tell me what they're doing there. Talk to me. Go to your stadium in your village. Tell me what they do there. And meanwhile, the government is spending money on more stadium. Obodo is now pumping our money on a stadium that will never going to bring penny to us. He couldn't put money in Famo. He has the university. Oga, Nambi, they talk. It's my turn. I hold the floor now. You better shut up. You see, I'm angry. That money you pump into that stadium, imagine how many farms. Just go to 12 of your university and say, okay, this is what we're going to do. We're going to make Delta State feed the nation. Okay, do you know how much you can make from only export of cassava? I'm just using the word cassava. It's used for pharmaceuticals. In fact, all the cassava you produce, Chinese will buy all of them. And it's not when you are farming that you can talk to Israel, say, come and help us to come and take a share in it. I've invested 60%. Israel, if you come, this is what we're going to make. You have a clear projection of how much it is already. You have a plan. Then they kind of go, oh, okay, if we come in here, we're going to make money because they want to make money. But they cannot control it because it's your business. By the time you say Israel should come and even farm in your land that you've created an enabling environment, so even when they come, they make profit, they carry and go. Of what benefit is it for us? I'm talking as a Nigerian now. We get to learn, man. We're going to learn. And it is a time for us to learn. And it's a time for us to be sincere with one another. It's not a time. I'm not here to launch your ego. I'm not here to say, oh, sorry, so that you don't go verse. I won't make you verse. Hopefully, if you verse finish, then we can think well. Because God so bless us. Cassava is big market, my brother. The biggest. Ordinary cassava. My guy, how many months does it for cassava to grow? How many months? Imagine how much data state we make from cassava alone. It's not as if the market is going to be too saturated. Though. The market is there. You know, the last time I was looking for oil, red oil to sell in Europe. Can you get that wrong? So tell me now, why we are poor? Is it because they steal our money? No, we don't even have the money. Because we are not making the money. And now our state is doing an economic summit. I'm saying they should think well. But gonna hate me as much as I like. And may God continue to bless Delta State. May God bless you, beautiful people. I'm saying your governor is not even an evil man. But he needs to be educated. And it's not only the governor. We all have a culture that needs to change. The president is quick to send Fubara away because he's getting money from there. I swear, the people they are killing in Benue State, concerned president. Even when human beings are massacred, how many people were killed in rivers that is saying that the state of emergency? Where are Benue State where they were killing people? Just where they are killing people, concerned Tinubu. But Tinubu is not expecting money from there. If you try our pipeline today, Tinubu will be in your case. As a body, that's what he said on television. I'm sure they're talking to me because I said I'm going to deal with some of the companies. I said it. And when you read law here, sir, it has moved beyond corporate social responsibility now. There are so many things we expect oil companies in the Niger Delta to do. If they don't, they will be met with the instrument of the law. You can't even stop me, sir. Because most of the cases will not even be in Nigeria. Now try to read your books. Pan-Ocean is lucky that because Pan-Ocean doesn't have a parent company. Like Shell have a parent company. I will not be suing Shell in Nigeria, I'll be suing the parent company of Shell in the UK. If you have, and meanwhile, Pan-Ocean will get problem with me. Because any company, any foreign company doing business with you, being an insurance company, anything, I'm going to hold them accountable for the atrocity you are committing in Niger Delta. Hallelujah. Listen, we're going to do business. I've not got to that stage yet. I'm only still here talking. When that time comes, we'll go meet for red carpet. For those of now, they open mouth, they go deal with that decrease. We'll go meet then. Oh. Maybe then you know the power again. Let's do the right thing now, so that Delta State will move forward. But what I want to start by this. You can't tell me you don't have the money, because the money is there. If Tampolo could give 10 billion, I'm sure other people made donation that day. And you have money coming into the state every day. You have university where the bulk of talent and knowledge is. The land is there. You're not looking for land. Though. Delta State University is owned by the Delta State government. If we cannot own a ranch, a farm there, then we have a problem. And the killing, 90% of the killing, the fight, the clash between the headsmen and the farmers. Where is it coming from? Is it not from like that? Some of them may not be. In fact, the 90% of the kidnapping, the children don't have time to kidnap people. Again, I said you again that when I be doing runs, she owns a farm. What are you going to do for her now? She will not just follow you anyhow again, because she has a job. In the morning, she's in her farm. When you say, come and meet me, they tell you, which one? If they go farm. She want to go and collect her egg and sell. She has something she's doing, sir. The same thing will be applicable to the Yahoo boy. And security challenges will be brought to the barest minimum. Listen, people, I'm going to try and end the show here, because I'm alone. I don't know some of the things that's happening. And I'm going to say, thank you very much, Chris, for joining me. You're always my man. And may God bless Delta State. May God bless you, Roboland, for us. I've done all these things I'm trying to say now to Delta State. I've said it for Robo Nation. They didn't listen. But Daddy Chris is a very busy man. I'm a blessing to the world. So the little time I have, if you don't use it, I will not be having some time to talk about Nigeria again. If by the time I'll be talking at the international stage, that's where I am. Do you know my PhD topic has nothing to do? It's Nigeria, but it's covered the whole of the world. And so by the time I go in that way, that's where I'm going to be talking. Now that you have me, take advantage of what I say, because I don't hate you. And I have big mouth. Most of the things I say may not be correct, but if you see anything correct, sir, don't let pride kill you. Do the right thing. You stand a chance to make a place in history. Imagine if you are the governor that turn our university into a productive hub, that turn every local government. If today now stand, I'm my mouth too much. Say every local government give me 500 acres of land, and in each of the 100 acres, I'm going to turn it to an estate. In that estate, you might have a company, but just turn it to an estate first. That estate is housing estate where people reside. You have this solar farm that give everybody electricity, and you have security at the gate. Okay, we go they beg to buy house there because we want security. That land must be secured. Herdsmen, they come inside play. How many power they get? Is it not because that the people are alone? That's why they go there to kidnap people. They can't come into an estate to misbehave. That's how easy it is to conquer the issue of insecurity. And actually, by the people that these young people, they are farming, they are working. Which time do they have to really have to kidnap us? Thank you very much for joining me. My name is Daddy Chris. We'll do this again tomorrow. Don't forget, I always say, for evil to exist, you and I are busy doing nothing. Let us do something. Now I'm an enemy to my own people, my own state. I'll be enemy to them. Thank you very much, Chris. Thank you very much. See, I'm an enemy to my own people. My own people are supposed to be my best friend. They are my enemy to them. I don't want to say certain things on air, but they need to wake up, because I'm not your enemy. I'm the best friend you can ever have. Thank you very much. I'll see you again tomorrow. My mouth is big. Don't let me talk again so that I can leave you alone. I have not talked about Delta State like this. I've always talked around it. But if you not let me put my camera on Delta State, don't forget, yesterday I showed the kind of school one I get. Mona not let me talk. Oh, where you will meet your tower? I'll see you again tomorrow. Bye for now.
Find your sanctuary in the heart of the city. Live the life you deserve in an exquisite apartment. SRTV Luxury Shortlet Apartment, Lagos, is a place where your comfort is rest assured. Welcome to SRTV Shortlet Apartment, part of the prestigious SRTV Real Estate family. Why choose us? Prime location, nestled in the heart of Lagos, close to key attractions, business hubs, and vibrant nightlife. Modern interiors, fully furnished, stylish apartments designed to provide the ultimate comfort. Luxury redefined, vacation perfected. 24/7 security. Enjoy peace of mind with round-the-clock security and CCTV surveillance. Top-notch amenities, high-speed Wi-Fi, smart TV, air conditioning, fully equipped kitchen, and lots more. Perfect for business